Welcome back to the North Star Takes podcast with Bailey Palicki and Jacob Alberta. You can find all our videos here on our channel, and we'd really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. Feel free to give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram as well. Today we will be breaking down another Minnesota Vikings position, and it'll be probably the most important position for a lot of fans, at least.
The X Factor.
The X Factor for sure. The Vikings offensive line, which hopefully is a new look offensive line this season. Got first round pick rookie Christian Darrisaw as well as a third round rookie Wyatt Davis. It'll be interesting to see if both of them can break the starting lineup here with the offensive line. You got Rashad Hill, who's the wily veteran at left tackle, but he's also just kind of a swing tackle. He's more of a backup guy.
A good backup, but...
And the Vikings, for some reason, remain insistent on bringing Dakota Dozier back after his train wreck of a season last year. And as of right now, he is the starting right guard, but hopefully with a whole month of training camp and preseason ahead of us, hopefully that's just not the case.
Oh, yeah, let's hope not. That's a joke. He's starting on this offensive line after just an abysmal 2020 season. I mean,
the worst guard in the NFL.
I literally don't know how you can bring him back. I thought that was like the easiest money ever. Dakota Dozier, he won't be back. That was just an awful performance. I wouldn't even want him in a backup role. But here we are. We're sitting here talking about this. This is ridiculous. But but I mean, kind of jumping into hopefully his replacement, Wyatt Davis. I'm glad we really doubled down on those offensive linemen in the draft class, because I know we were talking about that when we got pretty close to the draft. And honestly, I think it had to happen because it was like we struck out for agency. So this was the only option left for us to get like that offensive line really solidified and really put in players that are starting caliber players, not just replacement level like Dozier. I mean, Dozier's not even replacement level.
No, he's not playable.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there's a lot to break down here with this offensive line. I mean, where do you want to start?
Yeah, I think a good place to start is just you don't have to talk too much about him, but Brian O'Neill obviously is our best offensive lineman, just a solid right tackle. Everyone's anticipating him getting a new contract extension within the next few weeks. The Vikings typically like to handle that stuff right before training camp. Brian O'Neill is going to be the right tackle of the future. He's not going anywhere. I think he's honestly got Pro Bowl potential. He's got potential All-Pro potential. I think he's one of the best right tackles in the league. So just having at least that one solid piece is really nice. Then you look across the rest of the line, it's a bunch of unproven guys. I mean, Garrett Bradbury's in his third season as the starting center, but he hasn't exactly been fantastic in pass protection. He's been one of the better run-blocking centers, but when you have a guy like Kirk Cousins who stands directly behind the center,
he can't move. He's a statue.
Yes, you can't get forklifted off the offensive line. You need to at least be able to hold up a little bit. And then when you play against teams like the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, who have bigger, stronger defensive linemen, they seem to just kind of eat him up. But hopefully with maybe better guard play around him with Ezra Cleveland and hopefully Wyatt Davis being better than Dakota Dozier, hopefully that would be able to help Bradbury out a little bit.
Let's hope. Yeah, Bradbury needs to take big steps forward here in pass protection this season. There, we might have to reevaluate what we're doing at the center position. But like you said, it's just kind of it could come with like his evolution could come with like just better teammates around him. Like I know the guards that have been playing next to him his first two seasons of the league have just been ridiculous. Like I mean, our interior pass blocking has just been an atrocity, and
it's been a joke, honestly.
I know it's literally been worse in the league, and it's not even close if you go look at PFF grades. But I just think that Bradbury needs a chance here with these better guards. That
I agree.
That I foresee him playing with this season for at least the majority of the season.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say so too. And Ezra Cleveland played right guard last year. He was a natural left tackle coming out of college, so I think moving him back to the left side of the line makes sense. And then you bring in Wyatt Davis, who was a right guard in college. So I think the guard position, while it's not proven, I think it looks a lot better than it looked last year.
Yeah, at least on paper, it looks much better. And I think that Ezra Cleveland moving the left guard is kind of flying under the radar for people as far as importance goes. Because I think everybody, I mean, rightfully so, everybody's talking about their rookies with like Darrisaw and Davis. And then obviously you got Bradbury, who has a lot of question marks. He's the former first-round pick that really hasn't proven to be the player that we thought he would be. And especially when the next two centers taken that draft class have turned into really good players. So that kind of raises some red flags. But I think Cleveland moving to left guard is a really big deal. And that's probably, it's arguably the most important, in my opinion, for Kirk. Just because if like if he sucks, then I mean you got Darrisaw, the rookie, who might be out on an island then.
Yeah,
and then
true.
you got Bradbury, who's been struggling in pass protection. So I think Ezra Cleveland's as important as anybody. I mean, granted, the offensive line, it kind of basically flows as long as you have 5 guys that are at least average.
Right.
So like if
they just
there's
have
one
to be capable.
Yep, exactly. And if there's one weak link, then they get attacked, and that's what we got to hope Cleveland can at least be capable playing left guard.
Right, and he showed he was capable at right guard. I mean, he had some rookie moments, as everybody does, but you look across the entire offensive line. You got Darrisaw, first-round pick. Cleveland, second-round pick. Bradbury, first-round pick. Wyatt Davis, hopefully starting, third-round pick. You got Brian O'Neill, second-round pick. So we've invested heavy resources in this offensive line. So it's time for them to just start stepping up and playing better because, I mean, how many more first-round picks are you going to draft as offensive linemen? It's just...
I know. Yeah, exactly. That was a tired narrative for a while, but now Spielman's really put that to rest and invested a lot of draft picks, like high draft picks in these offensive linemen. So, yeah, like you said, it's time for us to actually be a good unit in this league. Like, I'm not asking us to be like top 5 or something. Like, that's just unrealistic. But I'd like us to be top half of the league and, at least just be not be the liability on this team or be the reason why our offense sputters at points against like the best teams in this league. So I think that's the biggest takeaway I have for this offensive line and our hopeful growth this season.
I mean, this has to be the best offensive line that Kirk's had since he's been here, right? I mean, you just look at the guards even. When he first got here, he had Tom Compton and Mike Remmers.
Oh my gosh.
And then you go to Dakota Dozier and Pat Elflein. Or who was the left guard even? Or it was Elflein at left guard. And then who was the right guard in 2019? Elflein, Bradbury.
Josh Klein.
Josh Klein. Klein was actually solid, and then they just cut him after a season.
Yeah.
And then last year you have Dakota Dozier. And then who started at right guard right away last year?
Last year, I think it was...
Because Samia had to come in eventually.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember.
Who started at right guard? See, that's how
you can't even think of it. So, I mean... This offensive line should far and away be the best that Kirk has had yet as a Minnesota Viking. So, like we've talked about with other videos as well, like there's just no excuses this year, and it'd be nice to see the Vikings finally have a competent offensive line.
I know. It's about time. I think I want to just put away any excuses people could make for Kirk. If we have a good offensive line with our great duo of receivers, with the best running back in the league in the backfield, and then an up-and-coming tight end, Irv Smith, like, what else are we going to point to say why Kirk is no more than a 500 quarterback? Like, what kind of excuses are we going to give him now?
Yeah, I think you'd run out of excuses at that point, and I don't know. Then you'd have to obviously possibly look into trading him or making some sort of move. But I think if things go south this year, it's going to be a lot of heads on the block, I think, for that one. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and that's really a daunting thought. But I think it just starts with. Like we keep saying, it's capable offensive line play. It doesn't have to be great, especially from the rookies. I don't think we can expect that much because that's a pretty big transition from the college game to playing in the pros. Because the defensive linemen are just world class in the NFL. Like it's not even close. But I just think that if these guys cannot be a liability, this Vikings team should just be that much better. This offense should be a top 10 offense in the league then.
Agreed. And the thing I think I like most about this offensive line is they're all young. They're all on their rookie deals. So, I mean, it'll probably be hard to keep all of them, obviously. Eventually. But I think just having all these young guys grow together and just kind of, form a, whatever you want to call it, some
cohesive unit.
Yeah, be cohesive and, just stick together for a few years and grow together, and then just to have some stability along the offensive line, just like having stability at quarterback is important too. So
exactly, yeah, you're totally right there. I mean, like we just got done saying, I mean, there's been guys right and left coming in and out of this place because we can't find anybody that's any good.
Yeah, it's basically been a circus at the guard position.
My gosh.
But I think that'll do it for this edition of the North Star Takes podcast. Be sure to like our videos and stay tuned for more content by subscribing to our channel. Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram as well, and feel free to drop a comment below about what you think about this year's offensive line and if you think it'll be any better than last year and the previous years, or if you're still dreading the way the offensive line is going to look this year. So thanks for watching.